Hello everyone, welcome to Wilkes Now. My name is Joshua Garcet and I will be informing all you lovely folks of some news happening on our Wilkes campus.
Welcome to National News. My name is Michelle Jaramillo. I will talk about recent happenings in the world.
I'm Zach Paraway.
And I'm Sam Mullen. We'll be providing you with this week's scores and statistics.
Hello everyone, I'm Sean Papke, and today I'll be giving you a look at this week's weather forecast.
This week's campus news segment will be all about the support of the community and clubs. The Society of the Hispanic Professional Engineers is raising funds for its chapter to be able to participate in the SHPE National Convention in California. You can support the SHPE at La Cantina Amigon on 243 South Main Street from 3 to 8 p.m. on Wednesday, February 28th. Staying on a similar topic, the Pennsylvania Society of Professional Engineers is holding a fundraiser till March 5th. You can purchase $20 tote bags or a $25 tumbler with the Wilkes Kobe logo. PSPE's goal is to sell 50 of each, so if you want to help them reach the goal, there will be posters around campus with QR codes. Switching gears to an event that happened last week, but still on the theme of a community, the Programming Board's Family Feud occurred last Thursday. Julia Capitula and Cassidy Brummagem were there to check out the environment and see how contestants did.
My name is Julia, and tonight we're here at Family Feud. Programming Board sent out a Google form last week having students answer a survey to get their answers. And right now we have a pretty long line coming in, so let's see how tonight turns out. All right, tonight I'm here with Steve Harvey. And now, Steve, how did you prepare for tonight?
On Monday, so that would be this previous Monday, the Roku channel on your little Rokus, they have Family Feud playing 24/7. So I watched Family Feud every single day. And then last night I stood in front of my mirror and I just kept going, bang!
Nice.
To just get it down, you know?
All right, so what is your favorite Steve Harvey line?
Sit on it!
Very nice. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Give it up for us! Woo! Has anyone here got food poisoning?
All right, I'm here with Ava. All right, and Ava, were you expecting the top answers to be what they were?
A few of them definitely, but I was surprised by a few, for sure.
All right, and how did it feel to be a surprise winner?
I was confused when I saw it under the chair, but it was fun to win something, even though I didn't go up.
And what did you get?
An Arby's gift card.
All right, thank you. All right, I'm here with?
You're here with Tommy.
All right, and Tommy, how did it feel to be up on stage?
It was fun. The crowd was super energetic. I loved it.
All right, and was it hard to answer the questions under pressure?
Under pressure? Nah, I just didn't know what the answers were.
All right.
The pressure had nothing to do with it.
All right, thank you so much, Tommy.
Of course.
All right, and the game show just ended. We have a lot of happy winners and a lot of surprising top answers, but overall, Family Feud was a success.
Thanks, Julia. The Honors Program Student Committee is having a busy month of February, with events occurring as well as their Seas Candy fundraiser. There will be posters all around campus with a QR code for those interested in buying Seas Candy to scan. The fundraiser will run until March 15th. All proceeds will benefit the Honors Program. About 11 days ago, a fire occurred in the Benai Brith Senior Apartments located a few blocks from campus. The fire caused more than 100 residents to be displaced and left significant damage. The residents and apartment complex are asking those available to help. On February 27th and 28th, there are 4 2-hour shifts at 9 a.m., 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m. If any person, club, staff, or faculty wants to come and help out, please contact Catherine Becker at catherine.becker@wilkes.edu. On Wednesday, the Tri Beta the Tri Beta Biological Honor Society will host a biology-themed trivia night at 6 p.m. in SLC 105. Quizzes will be used to ask questions and keep score, so please bring your phones, laptops, or tablets to participate. There is a limit of up to 100 participants. The event is free to attend and pizza will be provided. Prizes for first, second, and third place include a $100, $75, and $500 Amazon gift card. There are 5 categories to the event as follows: Biology 121/122, Biology 225, Biology 226, and Chemistry 115/116. and a Guest the Professor category with fun facts from professors in the biology and chemistry departments. For this week's Person on the Street, Yadamin Castillo and I were in front of Starbucks asking students about their spring break plans and whether they needed this break from school. Let us see what they had to say. How's it going, y'all? My name is Joshua Garcet, and we are doing this week's weekly Person on the Street. It is February 22nd, 2024, and I will be asking students, faculty, and staff talking about spring break, what their plans are, what they're going to be doing. Let's get into it. I'm here with
Juan Gonzalez.
So, spring break is after next week, and what are your plans for spring break?
Well, I have plans to go to Washington, D.C. the first 2 days, and then I got plans with my friends to go to New York.
Okay. And with spring break, are you happy that you're going to get, a week off from school?
Yeah, definitely. This last week has been a TOEFL because I have too many homework and exams, so that will be great experience to hang out with friends and visit some New York surroundings.
Thank you, Juan. I am here with
Maddie Hornack.
So, like I said earlier, spring break is happening the week after next week. What are your plans for spring break?
My plans are just go home and chill for a nice long week.
Are you happy that you're getting a week away from school?
Very. I could definitely use a break coming up.
All right, thank you so much, Maddie. Yeah. I am here with
Lexi Spudis.
So spring break is the week after next week. What are your plans for spring break?
Just kind of hanging out with friends, catching up on some projects.
And are you happy that you're getting a week off from school?
Definitely, yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Lexi.
You're welcome.
Hello, my name is Jamie Castillo. I'm normally behind the camera, but today I'm in front of it. We will be doing interviews regarding spring break, what are people's plans for it, and if they're excited to be off of school. And I'm here with
Andre Robertson.
Are you excited for spring break?
Definitely, yeah.
Any good plans that you got going on?
So I'm actually going on a speech and debate tournament. So we're going to go and we're going to travel. We're going to Ocean City. It's going to be a great time.
Slay.
This has been this week's Person on the Street. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm sending it back to the studio. Thanks, Josh. Speaking of spring break, some students will be heading to the Dominican Republic and are looking for item donations to help support the community of La Piedad. This community is made up of approximately 5,000 people, many of them living in extreme poverty. Around 60% earn less than $3 per day, and 30% earn less than $2 per day. They survive by raising animals, growing vegetables, and other odd jobs. Only 10% of the residents have access to electricity. If you, your club, your class, or your department are interested in supporting this community, please review the list of required items on Today at Wilkes and contact Katie.Becker at katie.becker@wilkes.edu for drop-off information. Looking back to last week, Brady Melovitz and Michelle Jaramillo attended Student Government's Casino Night. They were present, watching all the students participate in casino-themed events and getting prizes. Let us see what Michelle and Brady witnessed.
Hello, I am Brady Melovitz, and I am here with Wilkes Now at Casino Night to see all the fun games that we have in store for tonight, as well as all the cool prizes that are being given away. Casino Night is an event where students can hang out and enjoy themselves, eat some wings, spin some roulette wheels, play some card games, and ultimately win some prizes over the night. Hello, who am I here with?
Sarah Arshad.
And do you have a position in student government?
Yeah, I'm a sophomore class representative.
And how difficult was it to do this event tonight?
There was a lot of moving parts, I'm not gonna lie. Some people did more than I did, but I'm a bartender tonight, so mixing drinks isn't that hard, but I think the real people are the dealers over there trying to deal with everyone, and I think it just takes a lot of people to do this event, but...
Have you ever dealt before?
Once, I was really bad. I just gave everyone coins and chips, and then my table ended up winning like half of the prizes, so don't put me on dealing.
I got you. Who am I here with?
Kayla Eckroat.
And how are you enjoying yourself tonight?
I'm having a lot of fun. I've been here since 6 p.m. and my friend and I are really enjoying ourselves.
Was there any good food?
I haven't had any of the food, but from what I heard, yes.
Is there any specific prize you're like dying to win?
Probably the laptop, only because I use it all the time for my classes.
I got you. Thank you very much. Hello, who am I here with?
Catherine Ermias.
And did you have a hand in this event?
I did. I'm a executive board member of student government, so basically I'm MSc president, so I just, in student government terms, we're more of, overseers. I didn't do as much. Mackenzie was the overseer on the executive board, so she's been doing an amazing job.
Is there any other events you would like to shout out going on in the future?
MSc is having a trivia, a special coffee hour trivia on Wednesday from 2 to 4 in the Savitz Lounge. And we have Spring Fling coming up with student government and big events, so keep your eyes peeled for more information on those.
And how difficult is it to arrange an event like this?
It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of hands on deck. It's definitely a collaborative effort. Every year they find a way to make it happen, and I'm really proud of them to say that I'm a part of this group, and come join SG. We need all the hands we can get.
All righty, thank you very much.
Of course, have a good night.
What's up?
Yeah, my name is Agosha Washington.
And how are you having your fun tonight?
I'm not sure. I've kind of just been like walking around, watching people do stuff, figuring out whether I wanted to like put anything in like the raffle baskets, and just kind of having my fun that way, yeah.
Are there any prizes you hope to win tonight?
I'm not really sure yet. Honestly, we'll see. I don't know.
All right, solid. Thank you. All right, well, thank you all for joining me, and that has been Casino Night. Now sending it back to the studio.
Thanks, Brady. An MBA information session is being held on Tuesday, March 12th at 11 a.m. in Sims 231. You can learn about the Master of Business Administration program offered at Wilkes. Admission requirements, schedule of classes, and tuition and financial aid topics will be discussed. Please contact Kristen Donati at kristen.donati@wilkes.edu with any questions. Make sure to check out our latest issue of The Beacon every week to stay up to date on the latest news surrounding the campus, nation, and world. Let's see what Jess Fellerman has to say about what's being covered.
Hi, I'm Jess Fellerman here with this week's Beacon Briefs. The Alumni Scholarship is awarded annually to a current Wilkes undergraduate student who has a parent or grandparent who graduated from Wilkes, has at least a 3.0 GPA, and has a FAFSA on file for the 2024-2025 academic year. The deadline to apply is March 17, 2024. You can use the link on the screen and contact alumni@wilkes.edu with any questions. This spring, GSA will be hosting a lavender graduation ceremony for the LGBTQ+ members of the class of 2024 on May 3rd at 3 p.m. Join the Honors Program Student Committee for a soda tab drive. Donate your soda tabs in the marked boxes located on the first floor of the sub, outside the Honors office, and in the lobby of the Sim Center. The donations will be taken to a recycling center in exchange for funds that will benefit the Ronald McDonald House. The Office of Admissions is seeking nominations for the 2024 Outstanding Adult Learner Award. To be considered for the award, the adult learner must be 24 years or older, graduate with a bachelor's degree in January, May, or September 2024, have a GPA of 3.0 or higher, have overcome obstacles, and be an active member in the community. Please email amy.patton@wilkes.edu before March 5th with the student's name, along with 1 to 2 paragraphs explaining why the student deserves the award. CCDI's Spring Career and Internship Fair will be held Thursday, March 14th from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the MAC. All students, regardless of class level, are encouraged to attend. Register on Handshake using the link on the screen. Thanks for tuning in to this week's Beacon Briefs. Be sure to pick up a copy of the Beacon around campus or check it out online at thewilkesbeacon.com.
Thanks, Jess. Before we continue, let's take a quick break with the PSA. When we return, Michelle will give you all the latest in national news.
At Social Security, we are always thinking of ways to save you time and make things easier. That's why we created My Social Security. A My Social Security account allows you to access your earnings history and benefits information, request a replacement Social Security card, get a proof of income letter, estimate and apply for benefits, and more. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount. Social Security. Securing today and tomorrow.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Greg, come on, man, let's split a ride home.
Welcome back to Wilkes Now. My name is Michelle Jaramillo and I will talk about the national news. A 7-year-old girl died after being accidentally buried at Florida Beach. The girl was playing with her brother in the sand, digging a hole, and suddenly the children were completely covered in the sand inside the hole. Witnesses quickly called the authorities to ask for help, while the desperate father tried to remove the sand with his own hands to save the children. Her brother is in critical condition, but unfortunately, the girl loses her life. Wilkes-Barre firefighters quickly extinguished a fire that damaged a two-block residence in the 100 block of South Regent Street early Monday morning. Crews arrived around 4:30 a.m. and found a fire in the attic of the side of the residence. Wilkes-Barre City Deputy Fire Chief Adam Capley said a total of 10 people were evacuated and are being assisted by the American Red Cross of the Wyoming Valley, but no serious injuries were reported. Firefighters extinguished the fire within 1 hour and are investigating the cause of the fire. The Fort Worth Zoo in Texas performed a cesarean delivery for the first time to welcome a baby gorilla. The mother had to be treated urgently for preeclampsia, a condition that affects both primates and humans. The vets take care of the baby gorilla, which is a premature baby named Jen Lee. The world of cinema is in mourning after the death of actor Kenneth Alexander Mitchell, who starred in the series Star Trek and playing the father of the superhero Carol Danvers in movie Captain Marvel. Mitchell, of 49 years, suffered from amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, which had complications as he passed the years, losing his voice and the inability to walk. His family confirms the news through a statement published on social media, remembering him as a great actor and devoted family man. It is with a great sadness that we announce the passing of Kenneth Alexander Mitchell, beloved father, husband, brother, uncle, son, and dear friend. Bridget Mendler, known for her roles in Good Luck Charlie and other Disney series, is entering a new territory. Yes, it is the space. According to BBC interview, the former Disney insider said that she is now a CEO of a space company that co-founded a California-based satellite startup called Norwood Space. According to Mendler, her startup received $6.3 million in seed funding from investors and will design ground infrastructure to help accelerate the mass adoption of satellite technology. She hopes to create a data highlight between Earth and space. Mendler fans are celebrating her success and already since today. She is a Barbie, and Mendler has different careers as a singer, songwriter, actress, Harvard Law graduate, MIT PhD student, and CEO of a startup. Several award ceremonies have recently been held, such as the first major Latin Music Award ceremony with the Premio Lo Nuestro 2024. The night big winner was a Colombia superstar Karol G, who won 9 awards. Although she was absent, Latin star Don Omar, Anita, Grupo Fronteras, Karin Leon, and others gave memorable performances with surprise guests such as Machine Gun Kelly and Kane Brown. So that is all I have for national news. Let's take a quick break, and when we return, Sash and Sam will give you your sport now. Stay tuned.
My name is Blake. I received a heart transplant when I was 2 weeks old. I play defense for the Red Hot Tornadoes. Sometimes my heart starts pounding like faster and faster as I go. I know I have someone else's heart inside me. It makes me feel happy because someone was generous enough to give me a second chance to live.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas?
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you, before it's too late. Understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Hi, I'm Zach Paraway.
And I'm Sam Mullen. Let's get into what's happened this past week in Wilkes sports.
Both the men's and women's ice hockey teams concluded their seasons on Saturday. In the first round, women's team traveled to Alvernia University and won 1-0. The lone goal came from first-year Haley Budgard, who was assisted by senior Rachel Morey and sophomore Inika Bunamar. The semifinals, the Colonels traveled to the number 1 seeded Nazareth University. Despite a tough 4-0 loss, the team concluded their record-breaking season by making their first appearance in the UCHC postseason. Additionally, the Colonels had a 10-game win streak, and coach Dave LeBoeuf broke the record for most wins, earning 18 with the team this year. The previous had been 14. They ended the season with a record of 18-7-2 and hope for another successful season next year as they rejoin the Middle Atlantic Conference. Congratulations to the teams and coaching staff on a record-breaking season.
The men's ice hockey team also made the postseason this year. For the quarterfinals, the team played at home against Chatham University. The Colonels advanced to the semifinals by winning 5-1. Each goal came from a different player: Jimmy O'Kane, Daniel Now, Billy Berry, Lorenzo McCollin, and Cole Jungworth. For the semifinals, the team traveled to Stevenson University. Despite a tough fight throughout the game, the Colonels lost in overtime 4-3. During the game, sophomore Patrick Rodjowski scored twice, and senior Jimmy O'Kane scored once. The team's final record was 18-9. Congratulations on a great season.
In the first year in the Landmark Conference, the men's basketball team could continue into the postseason. Their first round game was home against the number 5 seed Juniata College, which ended with a 74-71 win. The Colonels traveled to Catholic University of America for the semifinals, where, after a challenging game, the team sadly lost in overtime, with the game ending in a score of 93-88.
Spring sports started last week. The baseball team had their first game on Sunday, where they hosted a doubleheader against SUNY Cobleskill. The first game lasted 9 innings, and the Colonels won 4-0. The second game lasted 7 innings, and the Colonels secured another win, 9-7.
Both of the lacrosse teams started this week. The men's team played on Sunday and traveled to Manhattanville for their first game. The Colonels suffered a tough loss, 14-8. First-year Austin Slavinsky opened the game scoring for Wilkes and would later notch 2 more later, earning him a hat trick for the game. Senior Kobe Oprolila also secured a hat trick during the game, which was one being assisted from sophomore Austin Seams. Junior Jason Casper also scored the third period to help the Colonels keep pace against Manhattanville. On Wednesday, February 28th, the Colonels will travel to Marywood University with a start of 4 p.m. On Saturday, March 2nd, the team will also not travel and will have their first home game against Ithaca University starting at 1 p.m.
The women's lacrosse team hosted their first game against Keene University on Wednesday. Senior Brienne Fulling got the Colonels on the board with 21 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Senior Malia Cobham helped with her first goal of the season during the second quarter. In the final quarter, senior Brienne Fulling scored her second goal off an assist from 5th-year Brooklyn Padana. Yours truly got the final goal of the game. The Colonels sadly lost 18-5. They had their second game at home against Mount St. Mary College. 5th-year transfer Ava Ward notched her first goal as a Colonel and ended the game with a hat trick. Senior Malia Cobham and 5th-year Brooklyn Padana both scored twice. First-year Morgan Hessenheimer and senior Brienne Fulling both scored once. Despite a fourth-quarter comeback, the Colonels lost 13-9. They will travel to Gwynedd Mercy University on Wednesday starting at 4 p.m. On Saturday, March 2nd, the team will travel to Manhattanville College with a start time of 12 o'clock.
And that's all we have for you today with Sports Now. Now over to Stephen Ukasi as he's able to have a sit-down interview with men's soccer coach Michael Peranian.
Thank you. Joining me today is Wilkes University's current head coach of the men's soccer team, Michael Peranian. Coach, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Steve.
Absolutely. So first question, just how long have you been at Wilkes? And before Wilkes, where were you before coming here?
So working on my 7th year here. Going into the 8th at the June time frame. And yeah, prior to Wilkes, I was working as an assistant coach at, most recently was University of Pennsylvania. Prior to that, Carnegie Mellon and Washington and the University.
Cool. And what were your positions at those schools previous?
Yeah, at each of those stops, I was an assistant coach. So yeah, each role was a little bit different because one at University of Penn was a Division I institution, and the other two, Carnegie Mellon and Washington Lee, are both Division III. So a little bit different expectations with the roles.
Yeah, and you said you were at UPenn prior to this, going from D1 to head coach at D3. What came into that decision to come to Wilkes at the time?
Most notably, to be a head coach. It's been my first head coaching role, so I was really excited to take on that responsibility. And that was probably the most prevalent part of the decision for me. Obviously, taking into consideration the location, and at the time, now my wife, but at the time, a relationship had started in Philadelphia, so all things to consider. But for me, it was being a head coach.
How different is it from being an assistant coach and a head coach? Like, what's the responsibilities?
Everyone always says, it's always just different because the responsibility, the decisions fall on your shoulders, and until you put yourself in that seat, you don't really know all the differences, the little differences, but it is just in one word, responsibility.
Okay, awesome. So, you said you've been here, you're coming on your 8th year. What do you think you've accomplished here so far at Wilkes?
I had some big shoes to fill. Coach Wingert was here for 35 plus years, so I'm still hoping that I am making the measuring stick up to his standards. But our program, I believe, has developed a nice culture, and obviously want to continue to develop and add to that culture, being important not only to the athletic department, but this entire campus community. I believe that we've created, a competitive program, and obviously we want to make it more competitive and on a national spectrum.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of being competitive, being here, you've led the team to their first playoff appearance, their first winning season in, I believe, 10 years it was to the time. What does that mean to you?
It's not enough. I'm hungry for more. For me, it's a sign that the program can grow and improve, that we have the opportunity to be landmark champions if we want.
Yeah, and speaking of the landmark, last season was the first season into that transition. But looking forward, what are your expectations for 2024-2025?
In short, it's to improve daily. I think that we lost focus last year a little bit, and we want to reignite that passion. The values that we have in the program have been instilled, and I think that we need to focus on them and make them more consistent, bring it forward on a daily basis. So the overarching goal for us is to improve daily.
And how much of that improvement is on you and the coaching staff, and how much of it is on your players?
I would like to put a lot of that responsibility on me. I think that there's a lot that I can do to influence the camaraderie of the team, the chemistry, not only chemistry, but we'll say understanding what our roles and responsibilities are, knowing how we're going to attack the given opponent. I think that those are definitely things that I can clean up for our program, for the team, and that will help us execute going forward.
Yeah, and speaking of the team, are there any of those guys currently on the team that you look to, help ignite that fire in the rest of the guys?
Absolutely. Currently, we have a very important senior group. Colin Schulmeister is a notable name for us. Xavier Guerrero, two big names for us, but every one of those seniors for me is important. Into the freshman class, extremely excited about them because they're a large group, but they are very bought in. They've spent a lot of time and developed a very good chemistry, so that they could hopefully lead into a strong 4 years for this program.
Yeah, they've spent a lot of time, you've spent a lot of time. And just to wrap things up, there's been a lot of time. What's your favorite memory so far of being the head coach here at Wilkes?
Tough one. That's tough. Obviously, the very first thing I think of would be the first win. As I said, head coaching brought me here. That was the reason. So the first win that we had is a memorable one. But then there were bus rides back after some fun victories that were also very close seconds.
So very team-centric memories for you.
Certainly.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much today for joining me, Coach. And let's send it back to Julie.
Thank you, Stephen. Let's take a quick break. When we return, Sean will give you your weather updates.
Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is Chip. And for more than 100 years, American Humane has been protecting animals in times of crisis. And if you're like me, your pet means the world to you, and you want to keep them safe if disaster strikes. American Humane's first responders are always prepared to rescue animals in danger, but you can also help. To learn more about disaster planning and keeping your animals safe, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
Hello everyone, I'm Sean Papke, and so let's get into that weather this week. So, looking outside right now, we can see exceptionally sunny weather. So, I know what you're thinking. The groundhog was right. Spring is coming. We're going to see warm, sunny days for the rest of time. Well, wrong. So, let's get right into the details. So, currently it is 56 degrees, partly cloudy, but a little bit more sunnier than I forecasted. Again, partly cloudy skies. We're going to shift into some afternoon overcast skies. Low chance of rain that increases as we go on through the evening. We had a sunrise at 6:43 and we're going to see a sunset at 5:52. 63% humidity with 8-mile-per-hour south winds. And again, a high of 60, and we're going to see a low of 34 with 2% chance of rain that will increase throughout the afternoon. So again, Tuesday afternoon, we're going to see a chance of showers, and we'll get into that in a little bit more detail later. Wednesday, we're going to see rain showers all day with a high of 62 and a low of 26. Thursday, it's going to be sunny with a high of 37 and a low of 25. Friday, sunny with a high of 47 and a low of 34. Saturday, partly sunny with a high of 54 and a low of 42. Sunday, partly sunny with those highs getting back up into the 60s with the high of 62 and a low of 42. Monday, we're going to see some cloudy skies with a high of 60 and a low of 47. So looking at the forecast for this week, again, you can see that rain coming in Tuesday and Wednesday, and you also see a bit more precipitation coming Saturday and Sunday that might potentially miss us. So I wanted to take a look at that Tuesday storm because it's right on the horizon. So I pulled up the high data radar, and so what we can see here is we're going to see those scattered thunderstorms coming through all the way Tuesday afternoon into about Wednesday at 7, where we see that big band and that snow following behind. So looking at the temperatures, we're going to see, yes, we're going to see those fairly warm, sunny days, but then you're going to see this giant mass of cold air just come in from the north and sweep all that warm air away. But don't worry, that's not going to stay around for long. Over the weekend, we're going to see those warm temperatures coming right back to Pennsylvania. So again, looking ahead, above average temperatures expected for most of the week. Precipitation on Wednesday, we're going to get about 3/4 of an inch to an inch of precipitation. Thursday, we're going to have that high Arctic pressure gradient sweep in from the north, come into Pennsylvania, drop those temperatures at least 25 degrees from what they'll be on Wednesday. But that's all I've got for this week. Thank you guys. Enjoy your spring break. Now back to Josh in the studio.
Thanks, Sean. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Just a reminder, you can watch us live every other Tuesday on Service Electric Channel 97 at noon. Also, check out our YouTube channel for the latest episodes of the show and more. In case you missed it, our broadcast re-airs every weeknight at 7:30 p.m. From all of us here at Wilkes, have a great week and also have a great spring break as well.